One of the biggest lies Christians repeat is that Peter said Paul was just hard to understand. But that's not what the Greek actually says. In 2 Peter 3:16, the word translated as hard to understand is dysnoetos. But this word doesn't just mean deep or complicated. It's literally used to mean nonsense, absurd, or without reason. Peter was warning believers that Paul's letters were twisting the truth, and the unstable were using them to their own destruction.
This guy just claimed Peter was warning us that Paul was twisting the truth and that Paul's writings are nonsense. That's not just wrong, it's heretical nonsense. Let's break this down real quick with scripture, Greek, and facts. He talks about 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 15 and 16, which says, "Just as also our beloved brother Paul, according to the wisdom given him, wrote to you, as also in all his letters speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to understand, which the untaught and unstable distort, as they do also the rest of the scripture to their own destruction." First of all, Peter is not warning us about Paul. He calls Paul his beloved brother. He affirms that Paul has wisdom from God and even refers to his letters as scripture. The Greek word for hard to understand doesn't mean nonsense. It's pronounced dysnaitos, and it doesn't mean nonsense. It literally means difficult to grasp or intellectually deep. Peter is saying Paul's writings require spiritual maturity, not that Paul is wrong. So, no, Peter wasn't insulting Paul. He was rebuking the people that were twisting Paul. Now, if he wanted to say distort, the ones that are distorting it, the Greek word here is strablusin, and it means to twist, to wrench, or torture the meaning intentionally. It's not a mistake. It's spiritual abuse of scriptures. If Peter meant nonsense, he would have used the word mataiologia. That's the actual Greek word for foolish talk or empty babble. But Peter didn't say that. You did, or he did. He also says they twist the rest of scripture. The Greek word is graphos, and it's the standard word for Holy Scripture. It's also used of the Old Testament. Peter is clearly putting Paul's writings on the same level as the Old Testament. Let's just be blunt here. Paul is beloved, Paul has wisdom from God, and Paul's letters are scripture. The problem isn't Paul. It's the unstable heretics that are twisting his word to justify sin. If you're claiming Paul was the problem, then congratulations, because you're the one who just sided with the exact people that Peter said were heading to destruction. Peter didn't call Paul confusing. He called you unstable if you twist scripture to your own liking.